And this guy said he was in the car when 50 Cent got shot.
He was in the car.
In the car.
When 50 Cent got shot.
50 got shot. He had a close relationship with 50. He was also the president of... And you know, it's doing its views and everything else like that, but there's no real pushback or anything. And then 50 goes on Instagram with a screen capture of this interview about being in the car when he got shot with the word fraudulent.
Why is everybody saying, I'm gonna give you the, tell the world why people think Vlad is the police.
Why?
Yeah.
You want me to answer that?
In a twist that has set the celebrity news sphere abuzz, a well-known music mogul has taken a hard stand against a wave of misleading claims that have long been floating around.
So I'm on like United in first class and 50 Cent walks in. I'm like, oh, we've seen each other like 10 years.
Anything that came out of his mouth, I ain't got nothing to do with it. I don't care what it is. I don't care what he said. I'm telling you.
The controversy centers on a statement made by a former associate who asserted an extraordinary claim about being present during a life-altering moment in the mogul's past. This claim, touching on a notorious incident from the year 2000, quickly ignited debate and drew sharp responses from those determined to see the truth prevail.
Apologize to me.
I apologize. Hip-hop became...
Stop thinking you know more about black culture than black people.
Here we go.
Because I'm getting millions with 50 already. Look, hold on.
If this is your last interview, I appreciate all the interviews you've done.
See, he's getting scared now. Look, he's getting scared.
I'm not getting scared.
The music icon, known for his uncompromising approach to honesty and his keen sense of loyalty, wasted no time in addressing the issue head-on. With a bold post on social media, he didn't just dismiss the account, he stamped it with a clear, red declaration of its inaccuracy.
So of course we accepting you in the city and you saying this your city, but let us actually show you the city. Don't just spend all your time downtown with the people with the suits and with the people that, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can actually show you this community.
Did 50 ever like write your lyrics or did you always write your own lyrics?
No, I always wrote my own lyrics.
Every time?
Yes.
Because there'd be no shame in saying that this dude who's phenomenal.
50, I mean, come on.
By sharing a screenshot of the contentious interview and labeling the claim as fraudulent, he sent a powerful message to anyone attempting to rewrite history. As the digital dust settled, the fallout from his response was immediate. Within moments of the post, the contentious interview was pulled from circulation, sparking discussions about the integrity of the narratives being presented in celebrity media.
The beauty of how Geodit worked is my solo album took off so big that I just brought them with me. So it was clear that it was me creating the opportunity for everybody else in the crew. I didn't know, I prepared a speech, but something must have happened to it.
I always felt like if I never got put in G Unit or Dr. Dre never saw me in the aftermath, I would still be sitting here talking to you with the same track record.
This decisive action not only fueled speculation about the reliability of certain sources, but also underscored the high stakes involved when legends of the industry take control of their own stories. What began as a disputed claim has now evolved into a striking example of accountability in the world of celebrity storytelling.
I'm just gonna take it back to the first. Shut the up with that shit. We're gonna take it back to shut the with that.
Sometimes you try to put somebody else's mind on side of my mind and flip it.
Okay.
That's what you try to do. But they mind don't think like mine.
The incident forces us to consider how narratives are constructed and manipulated, and reminds us that even the most carefully crafted stories can crumble when challenged by an unyielding pursuit of truth. Tony Yale has now stepped into the spotlight with a revelation that has electrified discussions across the industry. According to his account, the renowned music icon made an unprecedented offer, $5 million, to encourage Yale to leave behind his regular interviews with a prominent media outlet. For someone whose appearances have consistently driven massive viewership, this sum is not just a figure. It's a statement about the value of owning one's narrative. The details shared by Yale paint a picture of a deliberate and strategic move. Despite the significant traffic his interviews bring in, he claims that the compensation provided has been disproportionately low. This financial imbalance has fueled his decision to consider branching out on his own. The substantial offer on the table isn't merely about money. It signals a shift in how influential figures can leverage their power and appeal to redefine the platforms through which they communicate. This development is emblematic of a broader strategy aimed at reclaiming control over personal storytelling. By proposing the launch of an independent platform, the music mogul is paving the way for a future where high-profile guests can dictate the terms of their media engagements. This potential move away from traditional outlets could upend long-standing industry practices, allowing for more autonomy and direct interaction with audiences. Furthermore, the offer underscores the evolving relationship between financial incentives and media representation. When top-tier talent is presented with a choice between lucrative deals and controlled narratives, the scales begin to tip in favor of independence. This scenario not only challenges established media entities, but also prompts a reevaluation of how value is assigned in celebrity interviews. The promise of creative and financial freedom is a powerful motivator, one that could herald a new era in the world of celebrity media. Ultimately, Tony Yayo's bombshell revelation provides a compelling glimpse into the shifting dynamics at play. It raises critical questions about compensation fairness, narrative control, and the future landscape of media interviews. As influential figures explore more direct avenues to engage with their fans, the ripple effects of these choices are set to reshape the industry in profound ways. Over the years, a pattern has emerged on this platform where rivalries are not only born but also amplified through explosive exchanges. The medium has repeatedly served as a battleground where claims and counterclaims are made, often with no holds barred. A recent example features Hurricane Chris, who boldly declared himself a superior lyricist compared to the iconic figure. His remarks, made during an interview, quickly ignited an online storm of opinions and counterattacks. In true form, the music legend responded with a blend of humor and critique, taking aim at the grammatical missteps in Hurricane Chris's delivery and ultimately dismissing the boastful claim. This exchange is a familiar script, a blend of wit, defiance, and a clear message that challenges are met head-on. It underscores a long history of these confrontations, where every verbal jab is both a personal attack and a broader statement about credibility and artistry. The dynamic isn't limited to this single incident. Another notable figure, a rapper with a well-documented feud, has also used this medium to air grievances. His candid expressions of discontent over past affiliations reveal a deep-seated tension that extends beyond mere words. The narrative here is one of rivalry where past loyalties are questioned and every comment is dissected for hidden meanings. Moreover, there have been ongoing efforts to spark further controversy by encouraging key personalities to stray from their established narratives. Attempts have been made to lure influential figures into making disparaging remarks, but not everyone has wavered. Some have stood firmly by their allies, reinforcing bonds that have withstood numerous challenges. This complex interplay of provocations and defenses continues to shape the dialogue, keeping the spotlight firmly on both the provocateurs and their steadfast supporters. In another segment that has fans buzzing, the conversation shifts to a long-debated issue in hip-hop, ghostwriting. The discussion is sparked by pointed questions regarding the creative process behind the lyrics, with one influential media personality challenging whether the legendary figure ever penned the lines for his right-hand man. Specifically, the focus turned to the track So Seductive, where it was noted that while a significant hook was crafted by the music icon, the verses remained a product of his associate's own writing. This nuance in the creative process quickly became a flashpoint for wider debates about authenticity in the industry. The response from the artist was swift and unequivocal. He clarified that despite the collaborative nature of crafting catchy hooks, the verses were undeniably his own work. This assertion not only defended his artistic integrity, but also reaffirmed a long-held commitment to authenticity in his music. By drawing a clear line between shared contributions and individual creativity, he effectively shut down the insinuation that his creative output was anything less than genuine. This clarification naturally expanded the conversation to the broader issue of ghostwriting within the hip-hop community. Comparisons were drawn to other high-profile cases in the genre, notably referencing past allegations involving another major figure. Such comparisons, though provocative, have often served to highlight the fine line between collaboration and outright ghostwriting. The debate underscores an industry where creative credits can sometimes be murky, leading to heated discussions about who truly owns the art of their craft. What emerges from this exchange is a picture of an industry at a crossroads, where the pressure to maintain authenticity is pitted against the commercial allure of collaborative shortcuts. The controversy suggests that some figures in media may be more interested in stirring the pot than in fostering genuine dialogue. By continually referencing and rehashing past controversies, there's a clear effort to manufacture drama, even when the evidence for such claims remains scant. Ultimately, this segment not only defends the legitimacy of artistic contributions, but also casts a critical eye on tactics that seek to undermine established talent. The conversation serves as a reminder that in an era where every word can be scrutinized, true authenticity in the creative process remains one of the most valuable and fiercely guarded assets in the music industry. Vlad's approach has come under intense scrutiny from many within the hip-hop community, with a growing chorus of voices accusing him of exploiting a rich cultural heritage for personal gain. Critics argue that his interviews often seem designed to provoke controversy rather than foster genuine dialogue, casting doubt on his commitment to the community's well-being. For many, this pattern of behavior has solidified his reputation as someone who capitalizes on sensitive cultural narratives, earning him the unflattering label of a culture vulture. One particularly contentious point centers on the unintended consequences of his interview style. A notable instance involves interviews with a well-known rapper whose past conversations on the platform have been cited by some fans as evidence that Vlad's content could inadvertently assist law enforcement in tracking down artists. Although no official claims have directly implicated Vlad in any legal actions, this association has further fueled suspicions about the broader impact of his work. The mere possibility that his platform could be used as a tool against the very artists it features has left many questioning the ethical implications of such exposure. Adding to the criticism, influential figures like Lord Jamar and Godfrey have publicly distanced themselves from Vlad, condemning his methods and the way he handles sensitive cultural topics. They point to instances where his misquotations, most notably of respected community leaders, have not only distorted the intended messages, but have also sown discord among his peers. The refusal to acknowledge and correct these mistakes has only deepened the rift, painting a picture of a media figure more interested in stirring controversy than in upholding the integrity of the narratives he reports. This barrage of criticism underscores a deeper debate about the responsibilities of media platforms in shaping cultural discourse. When sensationalism becomes the currency of engagement, the risk is that authentic voices and stories may be overshadowed by the pursuit of ratings and viral moments. The ongoing backlash against Vlad serves as a stark reminder that the cost of such practices can extend far beyond individual reputations. It can erode the trust and respect that are essential for preserving cultural identity in an ever-evolving media landscape. In one of the more gripping segments, the focus shifts to Vlad's interview with Fiddy, a figure whose name has been entangled with one of hip-hop's most notorious unsolved cases. During the interview, Fiddy openly discussed his alleged involvement in Tupac Shakur's murder, a confession that sent shockwaves through the community. Many believe that this candid admission played a role in the chain of events that led to his eventual arrest, sparking a fierce debate about the implications of airing such sensitive revelations. Following the fallout, Vlad offered a robust defense of his actions. He maintained that his primary goal was to uncover the truth behind a story that has long captivated the public imagination, emphasizing that his intention was never to incite legal consequences for his guests. His assertion was clear: the role of an interviewer is to provide a platform for unfiltered storytelling, not to act as a catalyst for law enforcement actions. Despite this, the incident has only deepened concerns that the platform might inadvertently serve as a trap, where the very act of sharing one's narrative could lead to unforeseen repercussions. Critics of the platform argue that by giving a stage to figures involved in such high-stakes revelations, the interview process can sometimes blur the line between journalism and inadvertent entrapment. The case of Fiddy has become a focal point for this criticism, highlighting the potential dangers when unguarded admissions are broadcast to a wide audience. This incident serves as a potent reminder of the delicate balance that media figures must maintain between exposing hard truths and ensuring that the content does not backfire on its subjects in unexpected ways. Ultimately, this controversy has ignited a broader discussion about responsibility in storytelling. It raises pressing questions about the ethical limits of unfiltered interviews, particularly when they involve sensitive criminal allegations. The enduring debate underscores a crucial challenge in today's media landscape: how to navigate the complex interplay between delivering compelling narratives and safeguarding the well-being of those who step into the spotlight. Vlad's journey into the heart of hip-hop is as intriguing as it is controversial. Raised in California during the Cold War, he grew up in an era defined by rapid change and global tensions, yet found solace and inspiration in a musical movement that defied mainstream norms. Despite initially being an outsider, his early foray into the world of hip-hop as a DJ and mixtape curator allowed him to immerse himself in its raw energy and storytelling, laying the groundwork for his later transition into journalism. The launch of VladTV in 2008 marked a pivotal moment in his career as he shifted his focus from curating music to curating conversations. Embracing a style defined by meticulous research and relentless questioning, he positioned himself as a provocative voice within hip-hop media. Vlad maintains that his rigorous approach to interviews is what sets him apart from his peers, emphasizing that his intent is to extract unfiltered truths from his subjects rather than to manufacture controversy for its own sake. Yet, despite his explanations, a significant portion of the community remains unconvinced. Critics argue that his methods, often marked by a lack of cultural sensitivity, have inadvertently contributed to a narrative of exploitation. They point out that his role as a white interviewer in a predominantly Black cultural space has sometimes led to missteps, misinterpretations, and a perceived inability to fully grasp the nuances of the stories he covers. While he acknowledges these shortcomings and insists on his commitment to continual improvement, the shadow of these critiques lingers. With influential figures actively challenging his methods and questioning the ethical foundations of his platform, the future of his influence in hip-hop media is increasingly uncertain. The ongoing debate over authenticity, cultural respect, and narrative control highlights a broader conversation about who gets to tell the stories and how they are told. As the industry continues to evolve, the scrutiny of Vlad's legacy intensifies, leaving many to wonder if his days as a dominant voice in hip-hop storytelling are numbered. In wrapping up this intense examination of the shifting landscape in hip-hop media, the big question now is whether the current storm of controversy will ultimately signal the end of VladTV. With a relentless wave of criticism from some of the most influential figures in the industry, the platform now finds itself at a critical juncture. Prominent voices have begun to systematically withdraw their support, and the narrative is quickly shifting as high-profile guests opt for platforms where they have more control over their own stories. Behind the scenes, industry heavyweights are orchestrating a subtle yet deliberate strategy to undermine VladTV's influence. By leveraging their considerable clout, they're drawing talent away and encouraging a move toward more independent and authentic outlets. This strategic recalibration is not just about media clout. It's a direct challenge to long-standing practices that many feel have contributed to a toxic cycle of controversy and sensationalism. The battle lines have been clearly drawn, with vested interests and passionate voices on both sides of the debate. As the controversy deepens, so too does the scrutiny over what constitutes genuine storytelling in an era increasingly defined by the pursuit of ratings and viral moments. The sustained pushback against VladTV's methods highlights a broader cultural reckoning within the hip-hop community, one that demands accountability and respect for the art and its origins. The ongoing backlash suggests that the days of unchecked influence may be numbered, with industry insiders signaling a shift toward narratives that prioritize integrity and self-determination. The future of VladTV now hangs in the balance, teetering between its storied past and an uncertain future amid the evolving dynamics of media and culture. If you're as intrigued by this unfolding drama as we are, make sure to share your thoughts and join the conversation. Your perspective could be key in shaping the next chapter of hip-hop media history.